Welcome to Stormwater Drainage Solutions. So the very first clip I showed you in the beginning of this video is a separate house than the one you are seeing right now. The house that I am currently filming in is a whole different job, a whole different situation. The beginning clip was a representation, an example of what uncontrolled roof runoff water looks like. Now on this particular house, what happened is the downspout water was just dumping into the garden bed and could not be relieved. Over time, that water penetrates through the exterior block wall, through the mortar, through the foundation, and what happens is it begins to wick up the drywall on the inside of the house. This causes the drywall to slowly deteriorate, as well as the baseboard, and black mold begins to grow on the inside of the wall. Obviously, this drywall all has to be removed, the baseboard has to be removed, and it needs to be replaced. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be putting a proper downspout drain in with a good high quality pipe. That way this doesn't ever happen again. They had a 12 by 12 box below the downspout. Now ultimately the 12 by 12 box, that is not what caused the problem. What caused the problem was this low grade corrugated pipe that was used. Now, I talked to the client. This drain was installed roughly 6 to 7 years ago, and it was done by a landscaper. The landscaper went to a big box store. They purchased the 10-foot sections of corrugated pipe, and they went ahead and they installed that. So ultimately, this is what gives corrugated pipe a bad name: bad installation practices and poor quality pipe. Those two things right there have created a very poor stigma about this pipe. Now, you can see here the screws that this individual used to connect this pipe all together. There was no tile tape used. This pipe ended up getting roots inside of it. It got clogged up, it got crushed, and that was it. The system was over. So once the pipe is compromised and can no longer move water, then the water is going to back up, and it's going to cause your foundation issues. It's going to cause your drywall issues on the inside of the house with water wicking up. It's going to cause staircase cracking in the exterior block walls. There's a host of issues that uncontrolled roof runoff water causes. Now, the damages that get caused over time by this water are very, very slow. So you're not going to notice them. They're not going to show up in a couple of years or so. Now they might show up maybe in a few years if it's a ridiculous amount of water and it's a huge problem. But most of the time, at least here in Florida, what we see is it's an accumulation over the years, and it takes years and years and years for the damage to occur. But once the damage has occurred, it's already too late. Then you're talking more major repairs and maybe even unforeseen damages if it's underneath floors and you haven't ripped the floors out to see what condition the slab is in. So you can see, I already showed this, but this pipe was just installed incorrectly, and it's just a poor quality choice of pipe. And that's what gives corrugated pipe a bad name. So corrugated pipe is fine to use in yard drainage as long as it's installed correctly and it's a good quality pipe and you have enough slope to work with. You have to have enough slope to install corrugated pipe. If you do not have enough slope to install corrugated pipe, then you need to use a smooth interior pipe or a sump pump system. If you want to drain it out by gravity and you don't have very much slope, then you're going to need to use a smooth interior pipe. But if you have enough slope to work with, you can use a corrugated pipe. Now, what are the reasons to use a corrugated pipe? Well, for one, every client is on a different budget. So not everybody can afford to install, let's say, PVC pipe. Corrugated pipe is a lot easier to install. It's a lot less labor intensive to install. It goes in quicker. So obviously it's going to be cheaper to install this pipe. The material is also cheaper. PVC and dual wall, for that matter, are more expensive than corrugated pipe. So that is one major reason why clients will opt to use a corrugated pipe instead of one of the other choices, is because of cost. But this pipe still gets the job done when it comes to yard drainage, as long as it's installed correctly. I cannot stress that enough, because we see so much failure here in Florida with poor quality installs. Now, another positive about corrugated pipe is because it comes in 100-foot rolls, you can snake it around landscaping beds, you can snake it around AC units. It has flexibility. It's a lot more forgiving. So when you're digging your trenches, if your trenches aren't 100% straight, it's not a big deal. That corrugated pipe is going to flex in that trench and it's going to form to it. So that's another thing. Your trench needs to be dug with a flat bottom, sloped in the direction that you want the water to go, because the corrugated pipe is going to take the shape of that trench. So as you can see here, this downspout drain has been installed and it was also recently painted. We have it on a pop-up emitter right here at the street curb. That way that water can get put directly into the gutter, exactly where it needs to be, and it will travel down this gutter and into the storm drain. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It supports us, it supports the channel, it helps out what we do. If you need yard drainage in the Tampa Bay area, give us a call at 813-614-3456. Stormwater Drainage Solutions has you covered.